Well, I'll go ahead and jump in first, real quick here. John Reger on the T Florida. And one of the fascinating things about team competition, especially with the Ryder Cup, the exchange of golf balls, where certain players play certain brands of golf balls, and some of the difficulty they were expressing, since we live in such a data-driven age of okay, what kind of golf ball do we play? Who do you even pair people together based on the golf ball that you play? On the Champions Tour, I know that there's some out there that are old enough to remember when they played the golf ball that was a smaller ball when you went overseas to play competitions like the Open Championship or the Ryder Cup. So, is that a factor at all in this tournament? Do you guys even care, or is this something that is under serious consideration when you start pairing if you have to exchange golf balls in in an alternate shot format?
Well, the golf ball is probably the most important piece of your equipment, and it's what you spend the bulk of your time really on as far as your choice. So you can imagine with, like you mentioned, being a data-driven sport these days, that it's very meticulous and it's just a thorough examination of all the information you have available to you before you choose the right golf ball for you. And then once you've done all that, if a team format comes up and someone says, now you're going to switch to this ball, well, all that work you did is kind of, there's question marks there because I know it's for most of golfers out there, they'll think, well, the golf balls are all the same. I'm a Titleist guy. I play a certain Titleist ball, and they make 10 or 12 different models that we can choose from. How different really are they? Well, they are pretty different. When you do this daily for your livelihood and you are that meticulous about the testing and everything, they're quite different. And so it just comes down to trust and performance in different kind of conditions and all that stuff. When someone asks you to switch, then you have to go through a rapid adjustment period. And some players are better at that than others. Some players have it in their brain that they're a little, finicky about the ball, and we all are to a certain extent. But I'm not exactly sure what the format's going to call for. I believe there's some alternate shot, and if that's the case, we're going to probably have to choose golf balls. And I just hope that my captain puts me with the same golf ball that I already play, so I don't have to make this a big deal because I have done this before where you switch around, and I'm not opposed to it. I would probably choose to go to the other player's ball just to keep it easy for them.